This combo meal's got combinations. Make this thing your own creation. Entree, drink, and choice of sides. Oh, and it's free to swap fries. BK, have it your way.
Burger King is a restaurant company specializing in flame-broiled fast food hamburgers. It is the second largest hamburger chain after McDonald's in the United States. Burger King has over 19,000 stores in more than 100 countries. Headquarters are in Miami, Florida. How did Burger King start? In 1950s America, families were getting busier, the number of cars on the road was increasing, and more people had a little extra money to play with. As a result, fast food outlets became increasingly popular, and many of today's best-known brands are able to trace their history back to this vibrant decade, like McDonald's, KFC, Pizza Hut, and many other well-known franchises. Burger King was founded in the 1950s, starting life as Insta Burger King. It was the brainchild of entrepreneur Keith J. Kramer and Matthew Barnes, who opened the first restaurant in Jacksonville, Florida in 1953. The restaurant used Insta machines to help get their food out quickly and soon achieved a good reputation in the Jacksonville area. The model was successful and soon Insta Burger King began to franchise. Two of the earliest investors were James McLemore and David Egarten, who bought themselves a franchise in Miami, Florida in 1954. McLemore had previously visited the McDonald's Brothers original burger stand in San Bernardino, California, and had spotted the huge potential of fast food outlets in post-war America. Burger King is born. Although Insta Burger King was moderately successful, in 1959 the Kramer-Barnes operation faltered. Conversely, James McLemore and David Egarten had enjoyed considerable success and had even innovated on the tried and tested cooking methods prescribed by the franchise, introducing flame broiler after just a few years. When Kramer and Barnes ran into financial difficulty at the end of the 1950s, McLemore and Egarten swooped in and bought the founders out of the business. By 1961, the restaurant had been renamed Burger King, and its signature burger, the Whopper, was beginning to make waves across the US. In 1963, the franchise opened its first international restaurant in Puerto Rico. In 1967, the Burger King Corporation was bought by the Pillsbury Company for $18 million. At this point, the brand was third largest fast food chain in the US, and with its 274 locations, was well on its way to becoming the second biggest fast food brand. Burger King and franchising. Like many of the other successful fast food chains of the day, Burger King used franchising to expand its operations, allowing for maximum growth with minimal investment. The business model was a popular choice for entrepreneurs who wanted to corner the market fast. Unlike McDonald's, which used single-store franchising, Burger King opted to give franchisees large geographic territories. Within these territories, franchisees were able to do largely as they pleased, opening as many restaurants as they wanted and even selling sections of their territories onto other franchisees. Although this approach allowed the brand to grow incredibly quickly, it also meant that McLemore and Egarten struggled to maintain consistency across all their franchised stores. This was a major problem for new owners Pillsbury, who soon attempted to tighten up operations and implement higher standards across all franchises. One of the biggest challenges for the new owners came in 1970s when Billy and Jimmy Trotter, franchisees from Louisiana, bought up the lucrative Chicago territory before Pillsbury had time to make an offer of their own. The Trotters continued to cause problems for the brand, and by 1971 they owned a whopping 351 stores worth a combined total of $32 million. In 1972, they attempted to purchase Burger King from Pillsbury for $100 million. When this was turned down, they continued to acquire restaurants, snapping up 9 new locations in Boston and 13 in Houston. New Burger King franchisor. In 1978, Burger King poached McDonald's executive Donald N. Smith from their rivals. He quickly began resettling the balance between franchisor and franchisee franchisee, bringing in a number of new rules to prevent franchisees from becoming too powerful. For a start, franchisees were no longer able to own restaurants that were more than an hour's drive from their homes. It was hoped this would help with absentees ownership and prevent any one franchisee from gaining too many locations. Franchisees were also no longer allowed to own franchises in other chains, a move that was designed to increase loyalty among the Burger King team. These measures, combined with a new advertising campaign aimed at children and a range of new menu items, helped Burger King to turn its fortunes around. By 1980s, sales were up 15% and the chain was once more making gains across the US. Rivalry with McDonald's. Throughout its long history, Burger King has continually been compared to fast food giant McDonald's. In the 1980s, the brand decided to take advantage of this rivalry and produced an advertising campaign that specially said Burger King's burgers were better than McDonald's burgers. This sparked the famous Burger Wars and helped to boost Burger King's profile in the process. However, once the architect of the Burger War, Norman E. Brinker, departed the company, Burger King's fortune began to decline once again. In 1989, the brand was acquired by British entertainer conglomerate Grand Metropolitan. Grand Metropolitan dramatically increased Burger King's UK presence by buying up British burger chain Wimpy, which at the time had 381 outlets in the UK and a further 148 worldwide. By the summer of 1990, around 200 Wimpy restaurants had been converted into Burger Kings. The troubled 1990s. The brand then began to focus on growing its international operations, opening restaurants in Hungary, Mexico, Poland, Saudi Arabia, Israel, Oman, the Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Peru, and New Zealand in the first half of the 1990s. The brand then launched a sustained campaign to improve its image around the world. During this period, it increased the size of its burgers, launched a successful kids club, and introduced a value menu for budget-conscious dinners. In 1997, Grand Metropolitan merged with Guinness to form Diageo plc. Diageo continued to push the brand to rival McDonald's, introducing Big King burgers to rival the Big Mac, and running a multi-million-dollar ad campaign promoting the company's French fries. However, the brand continued to experience problems with its image and with consistency across all franchises, and many franchisees complained that Diageo was neglecting Burger King. In early 2000s, Burger King was sold once more, this time to TPG Capital for $1.5 billion. TPG Capital introduced a number of innovations to Burger King, including the Whopper Bar and the Whopperista. With consistent investment, the brand once more began to pick up, and in 2010 was sold to 3G Capital for $3.2 billion. Today, there are over 18,000 Burger King restaurants around the world, the vast majority of which are owned and run by franchisees. From the 1960s to 1980s, the Burger King mascot was a cartoon king. In 2004, Burger King revealed its new mascot, the King. The mascot became known for his plastic smiley head. The head was originally used in the 1970s as an inspiration for the drawn character. After it was restored, the head would become an iconic symbol for the brand. The King appeared in his first commercial in 2004. In the ad, he woke up next to a man in the bed before handing him a breakfast sandwich. The character was pulled from Burger King ads in 2011 after complaints that the King was creepy. People want a reason to go back to Burger King. There are no plans to bring back the King back anytime soon, Alex Macedo, then Senior Vice President of Marketing, said according to Forbes. However, in 2015, the King was back on his throne. Burger King has since focused its advertisement on showcasing its food high-quality ingredients with no preservatives added. In 2020, Burger King ad showed a Whopper decomposing and molding over a 28-day period, intended to show that Burger King food is real and free of artificial preservatives. At Burger King, we believe that real food tastes better. Fernando Machado, Restaurant Brands International's Chief Marketing Officer, said in press first release. That's why we are working hard to remove preservatives, colors, and flavors from artificial sources from the food we serve in all countries around the world. Hi, thanks for watching to the end. I hope this video has been informative and entertaining. If you like this video and you would like to see more contents like this, kindly like, share, leave a comment in the comment section, and also please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed yet. Thanks for watching to the end. Have a nice day and look out for the next video.